Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking to you kind of about all of my aquariums, doing an all my aquariums update. I haven't updated you guys on my freshwater stuff in a little bit, so that's what we're going to be doing today, is basically just taking a look at all of my tanks, updating you on some fish, and just simple things like that. So we're just going to go ahead and start with the 36-gallon bow front tank, tropical tank. Not much here has changed, no new fish have gone in recently. The newest fish was this blood parrot right there. He's still doing good. All the fish in this tank are doing pretty well. My next tank is my 5-gallon betta fish tank with my male betta, a few cherry shrimp, as well as some neon tetras right here. Once again, not much to update. Everything here has stayed pretty much the same. Water level's a bit low. Do need to add some water to that. But the Anubias in there is doing pretty good, as well as the fish are also doing pretty good. So next up are the fancy goldfish. Now, I've had the same larger three for quite a while. Had this guy for about 2 years. This orange one right here, about 2 years as well. This one I've had for a couple months right here, and then these two are probably my newest ones. So this one I feel like you guys have seen before, just a small fancy goldfish. This one was actually at my grandma's house before she took down her tank, and I got this goldfish. I did have a smaller goldfish in here about the size of this one right here, but he got moved to the koi pond a couple months ago. So that's pretty much it to update here. Was this guy is the newest fancy goldfish, and then the one that was in here that was basically, I think it was all brown. The all brown, smaller fancy goldfish about the size of this guy, he moved into the koi pond and is doing pretty good in the koi pond. Eating a lot, really chubby and fat, just like fancy goldfish are. Next up we have the turtle. This tank, not much to update either. Still have the canister filter and the same decor and the same basking dock. He's doing really good. The only thing I have issues with this tank is he loves to mess up all of my rocks. He loves to knock this plant down, and he loves to kick all this dirt all around here to the point, see, there it goes. So I haven't done a water change in about 5 or 6 days, so that's why it's looking pretty bad. And all these white dots on the rocks, those are actually from the nerite snails. They're nerite snail eggs. So that's kind of why my rocks look really, really weird. Also, this tank is due for a water change. I try to do them every 6 or 7 days just because this water line is super annoying. I do have the screen lid, so it evaporates very fast. But he is doing absolutely great, and he has that one minnow that has been there since the day I got him, right there. So we have Squirtle the turtle and the random minnow doing pretty good. Next up, I have my 29-gallon Reef aquarium. Couple updates to go on here. First off, got a new light up here. Probably will have a review or something coming out soon on this. The other light that I had just wasn't working too good, so I went ahead and picked this new one up. The coral, for the most part, are doing okay. These two are probably doing the best, and this one right here and this one down here aren't doing so good. The fish are doing amazing. We have the 2 clownfish, the firefish, the damsel, and then there's the mandarin goby somewhere. Mandarin dragonet, whatever you want to call him. He was somewhere around here. And then also we have the tuxedo urchin down here. For the past few days, he's had these weird brown spots on him where he kind of loses his spines. It hasn't seemed to affect him, though. Like, he still moves around a lot. He's still pretty active. But he's not camouflaging himself as much as he normally does, so that's kind of weird. I'm not sure if he's on his way out or not. I went ahead and tested all my parameters just to be sure, and everything checked out good. So, just not sure what that's all about. My Refugium is doing pretty good so far, and it's actually producing quite a bit of copepods for my mandarin goby or whatever, mandarin dragonet. Also, in addition to this, I have another entire copepod culture, which is basically a 1-gallon jug full of salt water and copepods and macroalgae set next to a window that I basically just dose with my skim mate for my skimmer and some other foods for the copepods to breed and grow, and those can just be directly fed to the mandarin or used to seed the tank. Here's been my main issue with this tank, and that is this protein skimmer. Every time I use this protein skimmer, the tank gets flooded with micro bubbles, no matter how many baffles I put in there, no matter how long I let it run to break in. I've basically let it run for about 3 weeks to a month already, and I still get tons of micro bubbles. The skimmer's off right now, that's why there's no micro bubbles in the tank, but when it's on, this tank looks like it is snowing, and that is something I have an issue with. I do have a new protein skimmer coming to replace this one, and you'll be seeing a review on that shortly. Then next up we have my Flooville Speck right here with my betta fish and my Cichlids. I did have 2 otos, one of them died, and then the nerites. This tank's doing really good. The plants are growing awesome. The only issue I have with this tank is we're getting some green spot algae on the glass not that big of a deal. I can just go ahead and scrape it off, but it is kind of a nuisance. The fish is doing absolutely great as well. And there is one cherry shrimp back there. Then next up we have the 55-gallon. This is basically a big glowfish tank with some angelfish thrown in. As you can see, we have a ton of glowfish in here. I actually moved the glowfish from the 5-gallon glowfish tank just all into here. So I believe we have like 8 or 9 glowfish tetras in here, as well as the angelfish and some gouramis. Everything in here is doing pretty good so far, as you can see. Same setup as normal, not much has changed here. 29-gallon goldfish tank, basically the exact same as well, just doing good. Back here is my copepod culture. If you have any questions about how to culture copepods, you can go ahead and leave them down below. And if you want, I can go ahead and just make an in-depth video about this. Still debating if I'm going to do that or not. But here is my little copepod culture. Here's my cichlid tank. My cichlids have grown a ton. As you can see, they're starting to change colors. This one right here, this little white looking one, is normally all black. Not really sure why he's white right now, but he is. And then I believe this one right up here is the most dominant, either this one or my blue one. They're all really fat right now because they just got fed not too long ago, but they're all doing pretty good and growing a lot. Next, we just have the breeding for profit tank. Tons of cobra guppies in here, as you can see, as well as tons of snails and cherry shrimp as well. This tank is kind of the same way. Tons of baby fish and tons of cherry shrimp as well. And then I know it is dark right now, but here is the koi pond. Basically, we just have the plants. I did have the two tall plants back here. Both of those died, so now we just have the pothos plant and some bamboo. And the koi are growing huge and are really, really happy, as you can see. That is pretty much it for this video. I also do have that Aquarium 15-gallon tall tank in my kitchen, which has the angelfish and some other small tetras and stuff. That tank is still all doing good. All the fish are in it, except I did lose the female betta. Female betta that was in this tank literally just disappeared. No clue where she went. But that is pretty much it for this video. The reason I'm not showing that tank is because my family's in the kitchen right now doing kitchen things, I guess. So I'm not going to film that one. But that's pretty much it for this video. Also, did go ahead and buy a fake lily pad. Pretty expensive. That was like $2. Just a little accent to the pond. That is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.